When you hang with people who get money, others tend to think you get money too. And that's when you turn into food for savages. You think you're hunting, but the entire time you're the prey. Trashterpiece Theater proudly presents Episode 4, Finessa Huxtable, The 7 Drinks Jawn. Back in the day, I used to be a corner boy. Didn't matter if it was 2 p.m. or 2 a.m., you could find me on 22nd and Lippincott with my homies. I never sold shit on the block because Paridi wasn't playing that, but I used to be with all the getting money niggas. Every weekend we used to head out to grind on random Jawns. The go-to destination was the Stinger, but we hit up other spots in North too. After a while though, we started branching out and hitting up spots downtown. Then we evolved and started throwing our own parties. And by us, I mean my niggas, cause my broke ass barely had enough to get into the event and buy a couple of Incredible Hawks. The dopest spot back then to throw your party was Hibachi. It was a big ass restaurant on the river you could rent out after hours. This one night, Nell brother Herc and his getting money homies was throwing a party down there. And partying at Hibachi was expensive as hell when you were broke. And by broke, I mean I had paid my bills and get to my next paycheck money, but not partying downtown with ballin' ass niggas money. So I wasn't gonna go until Nell convinced me to stop worrying about what people thought and just focus on having a good time. So we get there, park, and walk to the elevator to see a bunch of Jawns leaving, which is typically a very bad sign. We asked them why they were leaving and they said it was a peach party in there. They went on to explain that there were way too many women, so they were gonna go to a different party. We was like, too many women?
Thank you, God.
We hop in the elevator, go up one floor, hop off, excited as fuck. We greet Herc at the front, slide around the line, and go straight to the dance floor. Now, typically, you gotta play it cool when you get to a party. That wasn't an option. As soon as we got near the dance floor, women grabbed us up. And every time any of us got tired and tried to walk off the dance floor, another woman grabbed us and pulled us back. It was glorious. So a few songs passed and we're still having it our way. And that's when I noticed Finessa Huxtable staring at me. We locked eyes, and then that's all I could see. Vanessa Williams walked over to me, grabbed me by my hand, and walked me away from the two other women I was dancing with. She walked me to a different part of the dance floor and started putting it on me. To Flipside. She put it on me to fucking Flipside. And I mean, that wasn't necessarily a surprise since your party didn't pop unless the DJ played Flipside at least twice. So as Finessa Hudgens was putting it on me, everyone on the dance floor just disappeared. A few songs passed, and she grabbed me by the head and said she was thirsty. Clearly, she wanted me to buy her a drink. And that's when reality hit. Because Hibachi drinks were expensive as shit, and I was broke as hell. But she ain't need to know that. I damn sure wasn't gonna not buy her a drink. I started talking to myself like, do you really need to eat lunch every day next week? Vanessa Bell Calloway walked me over to the bar. And by walk to the bar, I mean she basically floated to the bar and I surfed over on the drool my tongue was creating at the time. So I asked her, what you drinking? She said she was drinking Belvedere and cranberry. And in my head, I was like, fuck, that's like $20. But out loud, I was like, you know what I mean? That's cool, ain't about nothing, I got you. So as I'm about to order the drink for her, Vanessa Bryant stopped me and said, my friends are thirsty too. I turned around and see 6 other women standing there like they ascended through the floor. That shit went from buying a drink for her to
Marina, Selena, Katrina, Serena, about 3 Kim, Latoya, and Tina.
Now, the responsible thing would have been to talk my way out of buying all of them drinks. But instead I said, go ahead and order what y'all want. She smiled, turned to her friends, then looked at the bartender and said, 7 Belvies and cranberry. This heifer didn't even bother to order me a drink. After she ordered, she completely started to ignore me and talk to her homies. They started whispering and kikiing amongst themselves, and I knew I got played. So, I walked off. Went back to the dance floor to the women I was dancing with before. As the music played and somebody's daughter was backing it up on me, I looked over to the bar to see them all scrambling to pay for their drinks. They were digging way down into their purses, deep down where the souls and dreams of other men lay dormant, deep into the abyss where the self-esteem of many a nigga breathed its last breath. And there I stood on the dance floor, last bastion of coins secured safely in my pocket while grinding on some random baddie. As the party was wrapping up and the DJ was playing the obligatory slow song to tell people to get the fuck out, I ran into Vanessa Del Rio in the hallway. I was expecting a confrontation, but she was actually cool about it. Said she got plenty of men like that over the years and that's the first time anyone ever got her back. We laughed about it for a sec, and then she gave me her number. And as soon as she walked away, I smoothed through that joint in the trash, assuming she only wanted me to call so she can get me back at some point. Fuck that. I did end up seeing her around town at different events over the years, seducing other men and getting free drinks for her and her homies. I'd always go the other way just in case. The wild part is, at Hibachi that night, had she decided to seduce any other guy, she probably would have gotten her bar tab paid. Instead, she chose the broke nigga who chose lunch over her and her homies. And honestly, she was never gonna win that one. I'm 6'7", 300 pounds for a reason. Hey, so thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch Trashterpiece Theater. I appreciate the love. If you're interested in supporting Trashterpiece, please consider becoming a Patreon patron. Visit the page and check out the different rewards starting at as low as $5 a month. And if not, no problem. You watching, sharing, liking, and tagging your peoples is also hella helpful. Major shout out to our newest Patreon patrons. Y'all make this possible.